Hey, let's do a Zelda cosplay. Hey! Because I get a lot of questions for my cosplay on two things. One is my contacts that I use, and two are the ears that I use. So I figured since I'm doing a Zelda shoot today that I would come on here and show y'all, talk a little bit about the contacts that I use for Zelda, where I get them, their comfort level, how I put them on, all of that. And two, my ear. Okay, so what we're actually gonna do is we're gonna put the ears on first, because when I put my contacts on, my ability for precision decreases ever so slightly. Like only when it comes to like really detailed things, like seeing like really small pieces of hair, for example. So we're gonna put the ears on first. So before I put them on, let me talk to you about where I got them. So let me zoom in here. These are my ears. Let me just put one, okay. I got these ears from Etsy, from a shop called Elven Caravan. Okay, and they're made of a really nice, I believe, a latex-like material. Don't quote me on that. Obviously, the details would be in the description of the product, but they're super. And when I first ordered these, you have the option of ordering them in a specific skin tone, and I ordered them in my skin tone. Since then, I have painted them with Mayron body paint, and I painted them red for a Mint cosplay that I did. And after that, I painted over the red with my foundation. The reason I did that was because when I tried to wash off the red, I ended up washing off the original paint color. So it was just completely wiping off the paint. So I wouldn't recommend these if you're wanting a pair of ears that you can paint a bunch of different colors. I would say get a set, keep it the color that it is, and leave it alone. If you want to have another set to paint different colors, get a separate set that you use for painting different colors and paint over it, etc. and things like that. You can like wipe it off and repaint them. But they take body paint really well, and it takes foundation really well. It doesn't come off my hands or anything like that. So they open up like this, and they have a little tab here, and the tab goes on your ear here. I'll show y'all. And there's two. These are their long ears, and I'm going to show y'all how I put them on. Here we go. So the way that this works is you're gonna put glue here. I'm going to be using spirit gum. I've seen people use like eyelash glue, which will work if you're not like an avid cosplayer and like need to be putting on ears all the time or wear them all day. I think someone I heard even use like got to be glued, but spirit gum is what I recommend. The shop that I bought these from also sells spirit gum to go with them, so that's where I got it from. You take the spirit gum and you're going to put it on the tab here, and then you're going to put it not in the center, not on this side, because let me show you the way that these go on. So the ear, the pocket here is going to slide over the top of your ear like this. So you're gonna wanna put glue on this tab, because this tab is gonna go under your sideburns here. And then you're gonna wanna put glue here, because it's going to go right here in your ear, but you're not gonna wanna put glue in the center, because that's where your ear opening is, and that's icky. There's no need for glue to go there, because it's not going to touch anything. You're going to put the glue along the back side of the ear. So tab, corner, back side, because it's gonna go along the back of your ear. Okay, I'll show you. So, you're gonna take your spirit gum here. You don't need a lot of glue, so I wouldn't recommend using too much. But you will want to make sure you have it pretty solid around like the edges, because you're going to want to press down so that the seam between the glue for the ears and like your actual ears is like pretty rock solid. I would say that this is more important if you are wearing a hairstyle where the front of your ears is exposed, but if you're wearing a hairstyle where the front of your ears is covered, it's not as important because then that seam will be covered by hair anyway. With Zelda, she has hair in the front half of her ears, but with this particular hairstyle, not a lot of it. So I'm going to make sure that the seam between these ears and my ears are pretty tight so that it looks better in photos and requires a little bit less editing. You're gonna let it dry. You're gonna let it not completely dry, but it's gonna need to be tacky. So in the meantime, I would say go ahead and put your glue on your second ear. Go ahead and put your glue on your second ear. And again, repeating, tab, corner, back. I really like wearing these ears because once they're on, they're very unobtrusive. Like you don't really feel them pulling. They're not heavy. They don't slip off. Like not even a little bit. So honestly, like if you need to wear some elf ears, they're freaking awesome. This isn't sponsored, by the way. I just love these elf ears and I tell literally everybody about them. I'm pretty sure that the shop that I bought them from, they have lots of different sizes of ears, but I also see that they have ears to make you look like a mermaid, like merman ears. And I think they also have ears for like a fawn. And then they have like really, really, really long elf ears. So I totally recommend checking them out for like various fantasy ear needs. And I might have put a bit too much glue on the back, but we'll see. Here we go. And slide. And attach, please. Slide and attach. There we go. So we've got that. And then you see this like little gap here? You're gonna wanna like push your ear like into it and press pretty hard. Squeeze so that you're not seeing as much of a gap. As you can see, my ears don't match my skin tone perfectly. This is largely to do with the fact that I have painted these ears red before. And like, what are you gonna do? I painted over a red color, so there's like a really heavy red undertone to these ears. But once the hair is over it and the transition is like nice and clean, make sure you squeeze the back. Make sure you squeeze them. The harder you squeeze, the less likely they are to come off. I've never had them come off even with just like a little bit of glue because they basically cover your ear like a pocket. But I imagine that if you were going to go to something like a Ren Fest or something where a lot of heat is involved, spirit gum isn't affected by sweat where some other glues might be. So keep that in mind if you use like a got to be glued or even like an eyelash glue, or like a lot of moisture might cause your ears to slip off. But spirit gum is pretty rock solid. I'm really pinching this corner here because I really want this area to stick. Super well. Okay. Again, so my sideburns for Zelda are gonna cover the ear, and then there you go. All right, I'm gonna put on the other one, and then I'll be right back, and we'll do the contacts. And voila, we're back. So now both of my ears are totally dry, which is awesome. You'll want to wait till they're dry because sometimes if your hair or your wig is a little bit heavy, it will press on it and it will rip your ears off of your ears. So just make sure that everything's dry before you start styling your hair if you need to style your hair. Yay! So let's talk about the contacts. So these are the contacts I'm going to use. These are from Pinky Paradise, and I actually have a code for Pinky Paradise, and I'll put the code down below. If you use it when you shop there, you can get 10% off of your order, which is baller. Now, I only started using colored contacts maybe 10 months ago, 9 months ago. It hasn't been that long. I've always been really nervous. I've never worn contacts in my lifetime, so I didn't have any experience putting them on, and I was really freaked out by the concept. I was like, what if they roll back in my eyes? What if they get lost forever? What if they dry to my eyes and then get stuck and I can't take them off? What if I fall asleep and they get dry to my eyes and I can't take them off? Etc, etc. However, they can really elevate your cosplay, and I'm a huge fan of them now. And then it also came with this case, which has some tools in it that make it a little bit easier. So I'm going to share that with you because I've had a lot of other people comment and let me know that they also find putting on contacts super scary. So the first tool that you get with a lot of your contact order is like this little guy here, just like a little, it's got like little soft feet so that I can grab the contact and not rip it or scratch it. Don't use regular tweezers, you're freaking doomed. If you scratch your contact, it'll hurt your eyes. So make sure you use this. Okay, and then also it comes with this little tool here. There we go, this little tool here, and you can take this one with like, you know, like that one game, Operation or whatever. So you pick up the contact and then you place it on top of here. So I'll show you. And here we are. So your contact just goes right on top of here. Too close. There we go. So it's blue and green. This is the teal color that I use for Zelda's eyes. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna take the contact and I'm gonna pour like 2 drops of like the multi-purpose solution, 1 to 2, so that it sits inside of the contact before I put it on. And by doing this, sometimes it does cause a little bit of spillover, but it actually feels like a refreshing eye drop when I put the contact in. So let's see if we can do it. I have a mirror like right here. I don't know if I can like, if I like lean in, can you see it? It's not gonna be cute. Here we go. So then you're gonna take this and you're going to pull down your eye. Look up if you have to. And bam, look at that. And then go in again. And there we go. Whew, with just a little tear. I used to really struggle to put contacts on, but ever since using these techniques, I know a lot of people can just use their fingers. I find that my fingers like to stick to contacts or they will flip over the top of my finger pad. And that is super frustrating. Also, I don't trust my fingers to be as clean. And getting like dust or specks on your contacts will cause you pain. So I just like to use the tools that they provided me and go from there and go from there. So now we have our ears on and we have our eyes on. I can go ahead and do the rest of my makeup, put on the rest of my outfit, and we'll do a photo shoot and some videos. If you have any questions, do me a favor and leave them down below. Again, there'll be the discount for the contacts if you're interested. I'll leave the link for the ears for the shop if you're interested. And like if you need any more like specifics of things I didn't talk about and how to put them on or taking them off, I just take them off. You can get a Spirit Glam remover, but I just take them off. It feels like ripping off a band-aid. And then you can wash off the excess glue with like a regular face wash. But yeah. All right. See you in a bit. Okay. I didn't get a chance to get any of it, of the actual photo shoot, but this is our reshoot. And we're done. We actually ended up doing a shoot of like 500 photos. And then when we got back inside, it's so bright outside, it's hard to see the screen. When we got back inside, we realized that we didn't like any of the photos. Okay, I'm like all in your face. We didn't like any of them. I was doing like this weird thing with my face. It was like, I don't know what it was, but I looked so rigid and my jaw looked so like clenched. Like that for some reason. So we scrapped all of those. And we decided to shoot some more. So all together from getting ready to finishing the shoot, probably got ready at 10 a.m., finishing the shoot at like 5:20-ish. So y'all better like these photos. Maybe I'll insert one at the end of this video, maybe not, but these are still on. She's still. But these are still on. These are still nice and comfy, not bothering me at all. So thank you. Ooh, look at that. Ooh. Thank you for hanging out with me, and I'll see you on the next one. Comment, subscribe, share, tell all your friends.